Next stage is norming, or the charting a course. When team members recognize their differences and have dealt with them, they move to norming, the stage when they ask, how are we going to accomplish our work? As team members learn to work out their differences and emotional conflicts are reduced, they will have more time and energy to focus their own purpose. Characteristics of norming. Ground rules and formal procedure that may have been overlooked in the beginning are now taken more seriously. The team will want to discuss items more, less time to be spent on idea generation, and more on decision making. Members will want to limit agenda items to focus on specific topics. Subgroups may be formed to move along faster. Conflicts addressed and resolved. Question raised during this level of development. What kind of relationship can we develop? Will we be successful as a team? How do we measure up to other teams? What is my relationship to the team leader? How to address the norming stage? At this stage, the team has processed down fairly well. Tasks will take on new significance as the team will want to accomplish its purpose. Facilitators should keep this in mind and remind the team of the task. Also, facilitators would be more diligent in adhering to the roadmap, providing time for feedback, closure, and others. Next is performing, or the action stage. This is the final stage of team development. Performing teams are just that, a highly effective, problem-solving unit that can reach solutions quickly and can even head off issues before they become problems. Characteristic of performing. A team in the performing stage will be productive. Tasks will be accomplished and the team will look for more to do. Be proactive and not necessarily wait for direction from management. Demonstrate loyalty to the group and respect individual dissension and disagreement. How to address the performing stage. Teams at the performing level are generally self-regulating. Roadmaps, processes, decision-making, and other matters of team management will be handled independently by the team. The last stage is adjourning, or the breakup of the group. A team that has reached the adjourning stage will, the team has achieved its purpose and ready to move on to new things. Team members feels good about what they have achieved. How to address the adjourning stage. Recognize and be sensitive to team members' vulnerability in this stage. Members may feel threatened by the change. Team conflict. Conflict can be pretty much inevitable when you work with others. People have different viewpoints, and under the right set of circumstances, those differences escalate to conflict. How you handle that conflict determines whether it works to the team's advantage or contributes to its demise. Conflict isn't necessarily a bad thing, though healthy and constructive conflict is a component of high-functioning teams. Conflict arises from differences between people, the same differences that often make diverse teams more effective than those made up of people with similar experience. When people with varying viewpoints, experiences, skills, and opinions are tasked with projects or challenges, the combined effort can far surpass what any group of similar individuals could achieve. Team members must be open to these differences and not let them rise into full-blown disputes. The fundamentals of conflict resolution. Conflict arises from differences. It occurs whenever people disagree over their values, motivations, perceptions, ideas, or desires. Sometimes, these differences look trivial, But when a conflict triggers strong feelings, a deep personal and relational need is at the core of the problem. A need to feel safe and secure, a need to feel respected and valued, or a need to greater closeness and intimacy. Successful conflict resolution depends on your ability to: first, manage stress while remaining alert and calm. By staying calm, you can accurately read and interpret verbal and nonverbal communication. Second, control your emotion and behavior. When you're in control of your emotion, you can communicate your needs without threatening, frightening, or punishing others. Third, pay attention to the feelings being expressed, as well as the spoken words of others. And last, be aware of unrespectful and differences. By avoiding disrespectful words and action, you can resolve the problem faster. Healthy and unhealthy way of managing and resolving conflict. Conflict triggers strong emotion and can lead to hurt feelings, disappointment, and discomfort. When handled in an unhealthy manner, it can cause irreparable rifts, resentments, and breakups. But when conflict is resolved in a healthy way, it increases our understanding of one another, builds trust, and strengthens our relationship bonds. Unhealthy responses to conflict are characterized by an inability to recognize and respond to matters of great importance to the other person, explosive, angry, hurtful, and resentful reactions, the withdrawal of love, resulting in rejection, isolation, shaming, and fear of abandonment, the expectation about outcomes, and the fear and avoidance of conflict. Healthy responses to conflict are characterized by the capacity to recognize and respond to important matters, a readiness to forgive and forget, the ability to seek compromise and avoid punishing, and a belief that resolution can support the interests and needs of both parties. 4 key conflict resolution skills. The ability to successfully manage and resolve conflicts depends on 4 key skills. Together, these 4 skills form a 5th skill that is greater than the sum of its parts. The ability to take conflict in stride and resolve differences in ways that build trust and confidence. Conflict resolution skill number 1. Quickly relieve stress. The capacity to remain relaxed and focused in tense situation is a vital aspect of conflict resolution. If you don't know how to stay centered and in control of yourself, you may become emotionally overwhelmed in challenging situations. The best way to rapidly and reliably relieve stress is through the senses: sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell. But each person responds differently to sensory input, so you need to find things that are suiting to you. Conflict resolution skill number 2. Recognize and manage your emotions. Emotional awareness is the key to understanding yourself and others. If you don't know how you feel or why you feel that way, you won't be able to communicate effectively or smooth over disagreements. Although knowing your own feelings may seem simple, many people ignore or try to sedate strong emotions like anger, sadness, and fear. But your ability to handle conflict depends on being connected to these feelings. If you are afraid of strong emotions, or if you insist on finding solutions that are strictly rational, your ability to face and resolve differences will be impaired.